Hey everybody, Ryan Lynch here with ME Computer Systems. Today I'm going to give you a brief demonstration of our Point of Success restaurant POS application. We are looking at the order entry screen here. First we'll go ahead and log in with our user password. As you can see, the back image here, you can customize this for your restaurant, so you can put a logo on here, or in this instance a picture of the bar. So let's review the buttons real quick. We'll do kind of a high level overview and then we'll go into them in a more detailed manner. First button you're going to see is New Order on the upper left. By pressing this, it would give you the opportunity to ring in an order for any guest. The second option is a member order. So this is very similar to a new order, however, you'll have the option to choose a member to begin your order. This way you can tie a member to an order and pay using house accounts and run different reports of that nature. View Tickets is going to pull up a list of open tickets. The tables option here will be laid out, or it can be fully customized to fit the dining room layout of your restaurant, and you'll have different opportunities here to put tables on hold, release tables. You can ring in orders from the screen as well. You can also, if you do use a host or hostess, you have the ability to use a wait list or a reservation list as well, and you can seat these tables from the reservation or wait list. Time clock function, very simple. You would go ahead and enter in your password and you can punch in or out in here and it will print up a receipt. You can also, if you need to make corrections, as long as you log in with a manager password, you do have the ability to correct time clock punches and punch outs. The pay on account option is used to actually pay house accounts for your members. So if a member were to come to the bar and want to make a payment to their house account or pay the balance, you would go in through this screen. The manager screen here, this is only available through manager access, so a normal employee will not have access to that. And in here you're able to set up tills and banks, so this would be your registers and your server banks. You can do a workstation setup. This is where you would configure printers, cash drawers, and other back-end configuration items. You also have an option to print up an employee clock-in list. And then this is where you would also come in and run your close of day. So it's going to give you your totals for the day. So it's a good place to come in and kind of look to see what your sales are at. Your next two options here are to log out and exit. Log out simply is going to log the current user out, and you will need to enter in a password to get back into this. So we're going to enter in a regular employee code, and you'll notice here when we clock in, or I'm sorry, when we log in, that the manager button is grayed out. We also do not have the option to exit. Okay, this can only be done by a manager. So we're going to log out and then log back in briefly here with the manager code. And let's go ahead and take a kind of a closer look at some of these items. Under the New Order button, once we click on New Order, we see that we do have our menu set up. So this can be fully customized to fit whatever menu you have. And you can make these different screens however you feel best suits your restaurant. You can click on the guest option here to enter in how many guests that you have. You can also touch to add a customer name on here, so if it's not a member but a guest and you want to enter in their name, go ahead and do that so we know, hey, this is Ryan. You can also click on table down here and we could take advantage of that table application that's specially designed for the layout of your restaurant. So here we could choose, we'll say Ryan's party came in and sat at table 4. Okay, so now the kitchen's going to know exactly where that table is. Okay, so let's go ahead and ring in just a brief order here. And then we'll ring in alcoholic beverage. And when we click done, now this is going to go ahead and send tickets to both the kitchen and the bar. Fantastic. So member order is very similar. It's the exact same screen, but you initially are going to choose a member. So you can go ahead and search for a member by last name. And so we'll pull up Mr. Lynch. Click OK. Now we can ring in an order under Mr. Lynch. It's going to be tied to his account. So if Mr. Lynch, assuming is a member, then he'll be able to pay with his house account now. Go ahead and click Done. Okay, so now we're at the View Ticket screen, or the View Ticket button. So let's go ahead and just pull up Mr. Lynch here. We see that he is a member, and we have a few different options here. We can view the ticket. This is just going to give you an overview of the tax and total of the ticket and any discounts that are on there. We could also click Edit, which will bring us back into the ticket. We can do voids and refunds here for the ticket. We can also split. Splitting is done very simply in this program. You just choose how many different ways you need to split it based on the number of guests on this ticket, and then you would distribute those accordingly. You can also combine checks here and reprint any checks that you need. The final option, this will be the main functionality. Really, most people come in here to pay the ticket. So for Mr. Lynch, let's go ahead and highlight his ticket, pay it. Now we'll notice that we do have an on account option here. Now this is the house account for Mr. Lynch. So we're going to go ahead and add our 20% tip, and then we're going to choose on account, pay full amount, and now the amount due is 0. Okay. So at this point, receipt has been printed up, and on account receipt has been printed up by print receipt. And then the guest would be able to sign off on that, and then can go ahead and keep that for their records. Our next option here is tables. Now this would be as described before, an option for the host or the hostess to use. They can come in here and put tables on hold or free tables as well. So on this table, we're going to make this table available. Done. And now table 3 has become available. Now from a server perspective, we also have the option, if we don't want to click tables through the order entry screen, to come in here, seat new, and then we can do an add new order and come in this way. Gives us another opportunity to ring in a new order for a particular table. The time clock, as we discussed, simple application where you come in, enter in your password, and you can clock in and out. Your next option, pay on account. Now this is where you would come in and you'd search for your particular member who is ready to make a payment on their account balance. So once we search and we click on them and click OK, we're going to pull up all of their open transactions that they have. And then what we can do is we can apply their payments. So we'll say Mr. Lynch wants to pay his full balance of $27.60. So we're going to apply the full amounts here. You see that they do populate over here. And now we're total due. We're going to click pay. And we have the option for cash, check, or credit card. Let's go ahead in this situation, go ahead and click cash. And we'll see that the balance does go back to 0. We can confirm that by going back into pay on account. Searching again for Mr. Lynch, clicking OK, and we'll see that we have a 0 balance here. Alright, so the manager function we kind of went through earlier. We'll have the options to go into tills and banks. As we can see, we have an open till here for Joe Costello, so that is going to be basically a cash register as a till. So we know that this has been open and we can make payments wherever Joe has been signed in. We can also create a new, we'll say, server bank. We can start the opening cash at whatever is appropriate, and then we can assign it to a staff member. And this is how you would keep track of open banks. You also have the option to switch your tills and banks from one user to another. Workstation setup. This is where you come in and set up your particular printers, cash drawers, any kitchen monitors, or pull displays that you have in the restaurant. Preparation areas, you could set this up as well. This is where you would tell your food tickets to go to the kitchen and your bar tickets to go to the bar. Okay, the employee clock-in list. This is going to go ahead and print up a full list of employees that have been clocked in. And then your close of day is going to be your final report that you would run at the end of the evening. And again, your log out function, just going to basically log out whatever user is currently logged in. And then your exit function is going to pull you out of the order entry screen and give you access to whatever else you may have in Windows, maybe the manager side of the program or anything else that you may need to access. Now again, when you're logged in as a employee without supervisor or manager access, you are unable to hit the exit or go into the manager part of the program. If you have any further questions, please contact me, Ryan at ME Computer Systems. Our number is 1-800-532-3543, or you can email me at ryan@mecsnet.com. Thanks for your time.